From small-town America to the urban landscapes in between, the pain pill epidemic is hiding out all over this country. It might very well be in your own backyard. Millions of Americans abuse prescription opioids, and this dependency makes them 40 times more likely to turn to heroin. Enter Matthew. Some would say he was dealt a bad hand. After a cancer diagnosis, his opioid addiction grew and would soon shatter his and his family's lives.
My name is Matthew. 2 years ago, I made the worst decision I've ever made. Growing up in California, I had a really active childhood.
He was the guy everybody wanted to be around, cracking jokes, having a good time.
In my 20s, I was diagnosed with testicular cancer. I was in a lot of pain, so they prescribed me hydrocodone. I had a friend introduce me to a dirty doctor that would prescribe me Oxycontin. So I was doing pain meds, and that led me to do heroin. For the next 2.5 years, my primary goal was just to get high.
I came home and saw him passed out on his bed, and he had a needle on his lap. I told him it was time for him to move out because I couldn't bear to find my son dead.
It just got worse. He was in and out of jail, but it just got hard to be around him, and so I couldn't take it.
2 years ago, I was arrested for possession and spent 90 days in jail. Upon being released, I went home and my family was waiting for me to do an intervention and asked me to seek help, which I agreed to.
He was coming back around and did a bunch of things with the whole family again, and it was wonderful. We got the phone call. He was in the hospital.
After about 4 months of sobriety, I thought I could get away with it one last time.
My first thought was, how dare he? I cannot believe we're doing this again.
I remember waking up in the hospital and the doctor telling me that the way I was laying on the ground cut off circulation to my legs for over 24 hours. It was either my life or my legs. And the doctors told me they had to amputate my legs.
It was a horrible thing to see, but he's still here. And that's all that matters.
Matthew with his parents, Kathy and Terry, and sister Tara, join us. And obviously you've been through a heck of a lot as a family, and Matthew, you in particular. And I want to first say that I know this takes a lot of courage. I know that you don't like being out in crowds. You don't like having to feel exposed, but you're here on national TV talking about all that you've been through. What's your message?
My message is just to let anybody else out there that's struggling with addiction, that's new to recovery, to stick with it, to not make the same decision that I made. I never in my life would have thought that this could be a repercussion to using one more time.